Editing faster is very much important when it comes to the production. If you can edit faster, you will produce more content. So in this video, I'm going to tell you two most easy ways by applying which you can edit very much faster, and these two ways I guess is the most neglected ways. So if you are an experienced editor, you probably are using it, but if you're a beginner or you are just planning to start, then this is the video for you, because these two easy ways can save you a lot of time. So without wasting any time, let's roll the intro. So before jumping into the two ways, first let me tell you that these two ways are applicable in every editing application. So that's not just restricted to Premiere Pro, which I'm going to show you today, but all the applications have this, and you can just look around and find the same thing in your application. So the first way is to create your own workspaces. So what is a workspace? Workspace is the environment in an application where you edit your videos. Now different workspaces have different environment and other panels to work on your videos. To make things more clear, let's jump into my workspace inside of Premiere Pro and show you how I edit videos in different types of environment. Okay, so we are inside of Premiere Pro now, and this is my workspace. So you can see here there are three workspaces. One is for like Ronak in my name, which is for the basic shifting process, for the basic cuts and arranging the clips in the timeline. Another is for animation. Let me just click and show you. So here you get all the all things like all animations and graphics and all the necessary elements for the graphics. And this workspace is for the color correcting and color grading. So this is a different workspace for only just color correcting and grading. You can see the lumetri scope, the vector scope, and the lumetri color panel here. So let me explain you a little bit. So this is the panel where everything like shifting and arranging the clips is done. So you get the entire timeline in the longest form. So like in many workspaces, the timeline is just a little smaller, and I just want the timeline to be the biggest form of it so that I can edit much faster and I can view the entire timeline, which clip is where, and do the basic shifting process. So I have the source, effect control and other things, and I have the project panel here and the effects here. So this is my basic editing process and the basic editing workspace. And after everything is done here, I move to the color correction panel, and here I can change the lumetri color panels, tools like exposure, contrast, highlights, everything. I adjust here everything, and looking at the lumetri scopes, which is very much important to me, I do every bit of change by looking at the lumetri scope and the vector scope, and this helps me to get very nice colors in my image, so that it feels very nice. And after everything is done here, I just basically move to the animation panel, where I do all the titles and other graphic elements which I need to show up in the image. So if you haven't done any changes to your workspace yet, then your workspace should look like this, because you must be in the editing panel, in the editing workspace, sorry. So there are many workspaces, but I have kept all the workspace hidden. Like my editing workspace was also hidden. I just brought it up to show you how it's done. So you are probably in this workspace where your source, effect controls and audio clip mixture, metadata and all the other things are like this. So let me just show you. You can just click and hold it and move it here, and then suppose I drag it here, so my source will come here. If I just again hold it and bring here, then my source will come here. So this is the way how you move things. So you can do this thing with every panel. The effects control, you can just move it around and like how you like, just set up like that. And if you don't want any panels, then you can just close the panel. Suppose if you don't want this, just right click, close panel, and it will go boom. So suppose everything is done in the workspace, you have made all the changes, you have moved around the panels, and every change is done, then just go to Window, Workspace, and go to Save as New Workspace. Give this workspace a name and click OK. And if you want to hide the other workspaces, so suppose now I will hide this, the editing, because I don't need this. So go to Window, Workspaces, Edit Workspaces, drag it to the Do Not Show option, and boom, it just disappears. So now when you know how to edit your workspaces and make your own workspaces, I hope this technique will be very helpful to you for editing faster and producing more content. Now it's the time to know the second way to edit faster. So first let me show you how I edit faster using the custom shortcuts. So I can zoom into the timeline by pressing the Z. I can zoom out by pressing the X. So this is a faster way, right? You don't have to just drag it every time and use the mouse every time. For this purpose, you can just hit Z and X. So it's very easy, right? You know how gaming is done, right? You hold the mouse in the right hand, and everything like controls and moving around and playing you do with the left hand with probably the WASD, right? So my editing technique, like my shortcut technique, is also quite the same. I hold the mouse in the right hand, and most of the shortcuts are in the left side of my keyboard, so that I can easily play around with the editing with just my left hand. So let me show how. I have already shown you the Z and X, which is also in the left side of the keyboard. So let me show now another thing. So if I hold the mouse in the right hand and just go to the point where I need to cut, I just hit Q on my keyboard and boom, the cut is done. Again go boom. And if I need to delete this entire thing, I just select it and hit A for ripple delete. So these are the most important things that I have set in my keyboard for faster editing. So you can just go in Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and you can just see I have set this to clear, this to add edit, this for ripple delete, this for zoom in, this for zoom out. So you can just search these things here and click here and set your preferred key. So I hope these two ways were very much helpful for you, and comment down below if you would like to apply these two ways in your editing process. And if you like this video, then give this video a thumbs up, and if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, then what are you waiting for? Consider subscribing it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. See ya.